mic and he's ready to go. Noodle on his left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Waking Jake in the morning, Waking Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Good morning, Bakers. Welcome to me and BBD's Field of Dreams here on Wake and Cake. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a good week. This whole week seemed a day ahead. Now that it's Thursday, it feels like Thursday.
It does kind of feel right now.
But yesterday also felt like Thursday.
Such a Thursday.
So it's a double Thursday week. We got the chat rolling right now. Normal Dog, Dave, Matthew, Maxwell, Al, Josh, Jill. Llewellyn, you in there? Yup. Nate, thank you everyone for joining me and David on this beautiful Thursday morning. The first Thursday morning that baseball will ever be played in the beautiful state of Iowa. What's the weather? That's a good question. Dyersville, Iowa weather. That's probably why they had the day off planned, huh?
Just in case.
Makes sense. It's beautiful. It's 72 and sunny now. It looks like game time will be 83 and sunny. How exciting is that? Exciting, Jake. The Yankees play the White Sox, so we have a little more vested interest in there, although the Heen dog, Andrew Heaney, takes the bump for the New York Yankees, which he's had mixed results so far, to be kind about it, against AL Cy Young leader Lance Lynn right now. I think we're going to have a special treat. I just texted Bryan Hoch. If you follow Bryan Hoch, all-world Yankees beat reporter, it looked like his flight got canceled, and he is driving to Iowa. So we'll give him a call. If he doesn't have service, he doesn't have service. But man, he is feeling. BBD, I'll tell a quick story before we call Bryan. I think I've told it on here before. And this will be our game of the night, Bryan Hoch driving to Iowa. I had never been to Vegas. I was about 26 years old, 27. And one of my buddies, Jared, who I'm seeing for fantasy football golf tournament next week, he was going there for work. We like to gamble. We like to dance. He said, hey, I'm going to be there. I've got a hotel. You just got to get here. Which, again, hotels in Vegas are cheap, but that's besides the point. I was like, all right, that was my reason. I was going to go. I was living in Denver. I booked Spirit Airlines. Never done that before. But I was like, it was like a $40 flight. And I was going to Vegas. So I was like, I'm not even bringing a bag. So the day before I go to check in my flight, and the email says, do you want to rent a car while you're in Denver? I had booked the flights reversed. So I had a moment. Am I going to book another flight? Basically spend any money I planned on gambling? Risk losing more money I don't have? Or am I just going to bomb it to Vegas? About a 13-hour drive. Met up with Jess for lunch, told her I was driving. She didn't love it, but I hit the road, and it was quite the rush. Got to Vegas, lost some money, whatever. Let's call in Bryan Hoch. He is the best, and he's got to be feeling all the emotions.
Hi, Jake.
Bryan Hoch, how are you?
What's up, man?
Not too much, man. I was just telling the people how I'd say there's about 5% of me that's jealous of you right now.
Only 5?
Only 5. I was explaining a little bit of what's happening to you right now. I'm an idiot. You kind of know that, and I just told the people this. I'd never been to Vegas before when I was living in Denver, and I booked a flight, was meeting a friend out there. I booked the flight reverse. So I booked a flight from Vegas to Denver, and I was like, oh, crap. So I just booked it and hit the road, and it's kind of a rush, right?
Yeah. It's a lot of things. I would say a rush is one of them. This was not part of my original plan of how to spend my day, but, I've gotten to see a lot of the country that I wouldn't have seen otherwise, and, it's been fun. It's definitely a story I can tell.
Yeah, that's the 5%. And maybe we'll harp on that outside of the other 95. So what happened? Did your flight just get straight up canceled?
I had 2 flights that got canceled yesterday. Apparently there were huge thunderstorms in the Chicago area. My plan was to fly to Chicago and spend the night there, and then Scott Merkin, who covers the White Sox, and I were going to rent a car and drive to Dyersville, and American Airlines canceled my flight, and I scrambled and got on another flight, United, and sat in Newark Airport for about 4 hours, and then they finally said, forget it, we're not flying, and I said, all right, cool, I'm driving then. I called the travel agency MLB has, and I said, is there any way you can get me to Chicago? And they said not until the morning, but those flights are also sold out. So I was like, fine, great. Like, can you get me a car? And here I am. I'm in this beautiful Toyota something or other, and I'm about 300 miles away from the cornfield.
That's a beautiful thing. So have you been just straight driving through the night? Have you slept? I've seen multiple Bang energy drinks, which
Close to your heart.
I don't know if the FDA recommends that, but where are you at?
You know what? I should get some kind of endorsement deal with Bang because I have been surviving on that for most of this season, actually. I love that stuff. So
wow.
Bang is great. I drove probably until 5 o'clock, and then I hit the wall and said, all right, I got to stop for a little bit. And then I think I lost about an hour. I slept in a rest area in Ohio, and then got right back on the road, and here we are.
That's Bryan, more power to you. I thought about letting out an emotional tweet about how passionate you have to be about your work to do that. I'm sure at a certain point, many times you could have said, well, it doesn't look like it's happening, but you're making it happen. So I kudos to you, Mr. Hoch. And so what's the arrival time at this point?
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
No problem.
It looks about 1 o'clock Central Time, 2 o'clock your time in New York. I'll get to the cornfield. So I've never been there. I've always wanted to see the Field of Dreams site. I'm obviously a big fan of the movie, and I've been excited about this game for 2 years now. So there was that moment where I was in Newark Airport, and I was kind of like, all right, am I going to miss this game? And then I was like, no, I'm not going to miss it. I can drive, and I have 100% chance of getting there. And if I got on a plane this morning, could I have gotten there? Maybe, but I didn't want to take a chance. I knew that if I got behind the wheel of a car, 100% I would be there for first pitch. And so, I'm just seeing a lot of corn out here and seeing America.
God, ain't that it? What's have we been podcasting? Have we been radio? What have we been doing on the road?
Got a lot of music. I got satellite radio in the car, so I've been flipping around a lot on that. Haven't done any podcasts on this trip. I thought I was going to, but I haven't gotten into that. So I've just been cranking some tunes, and every time I pull over for gas and stuff, I post an Instagram story, and I've tweeted a little bit, and so reading that stuff has kind of kept me engaged and awake, and I don't know, it's fun. People seem to be kind of along for the ride with me. So even though I'm alone in this car, I don't feel like I'm alone, which is cool.
That's beautiful. The actual event itself, have you heard anything from people that are already there? I mean, all of the photos, a lot of people want to naturally be tough on MLB. Every photo and everything I've seen looks pretty incredible. Have you heard anything from any other reporters that are already there or anything like that?
Just that it's really cool and that they did a great job with it. I can't wait to kind of have boots on the ground and explore a little bit. I want to go through that corn maze and get lost on the way to the field. And I just think it's a really cool thing. It's like, these other games that baseball has done. I was in London for the London series, and that was incredible. But I feel like this is going to be a completely different animal in that, it's just nostalgia and kind of down to the uniforms that they're wearing. I think that's going to be cool. I know I saw some video of Alex Rodriguez was wearing the old school Yankee uniform, which has a Nike swoosh on it. But, hey, hey, Joe Jackson didn't throw right-handed, but like Ray Liotta did. But we have to suspend, reality and belief for a little bit here. So I don't know. It's going to be so much fun. I'm looking forward to it and can't wait to cross that Iowa State line.
Yeah, the Nike swoosh may not have been on the originals, but it helps keeps the lights on. So that's good. I don't know. I guess I'm excited to see when the game actually starts happening. When the London series started going and we started hearing all about the tunnel effect and all the pitchers were getting lit up. I am interested to see if the ball flies really well, like there's no stadium and there's wind blowing out, or if it's maybe the opposite. Do you have any hunches like that, or I don't know? Is that just a weird thought process and I should get away from myself?
My hunch is that they are going to lose a few baseballs down the corn tonight. I think that the dimensions of this park, it's going to be hitter friendly. I think. I know they built it to replicate old Comiskey Park, but I think that the ball will be flying far in this one, and I think that this is going to be another high-scoring kind of pinball game today. I'd be very surprised if it winds up 2-1 or 3-2 or one of those games. So I would expect to see a lot of runs scored tonight.
Yeah, I think I'd lean that way too. When baseball knows it's in the ultimate stage like this, I feel like they'd rather turn it up than turn it down. And Bryan Hoch, how about your Yankees lately? It's a different baseball team.
Yeah, a completely different team than I saw 2 or 3 weeks ago. I remember being up at Fenway Park and I didn't even recognize some of the guys in the lineup. And so it's definitely a different look now. They've taken a lot of hits recently with, COVID and some other injuries that are going on. So, would you love to have Anthony Rizzo in the lineup today? Would you love to have Garrett Cole on the mound or Jordan Montgomery on the mound instead of Andrew Haney? Of course you would. But, I think that they're taking care of business. They went to Kansas City. They took 2 out of 3, which is what you need to do. They need to keep winning series. And this is a team that I think you're looking at a playoff team here. At the very least, a wild card team. I think they got an outside shot at the division, but I am expecting to be covering October baseball with the Yankees. And there were definitely points of this year where I wasn't so sure about that. And I think that you guys were probably on the fence about that too, or leaning that the Yankees might miss the playoffs. But this is a different team than we saw about a month ago. So I think that and especially considering Boston seems to be collapsing despite what they did last night. I think that I would plan on there being October baseball in the Bronx.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we've ridden the wave just like you have, and heartstrings attached. And I mean, there's a part of this season where it was like, well, this is going to be a weird September, huh? Like it's, I don't think things are going to matter. So it's, I think Cashman deserves some credit, man. Rizzo to the Yankees, I think that happened on trade deadline day, and everyone was shocked, but there was still so much going on. The fact that he's a Yankee and not a Red Sox or any other team is still kind of mind-blowing. And like you said, he's currently not with the guys, yet they win another series. So, I'm just happy the energy is good. And I guess the spin zone is, right, that like Cole, Monty, Rizzo, Gary, these guys have been out. and they're still winning 9 out of 10 series, and I think the one is that Red Sox series, which they could have easily not lost. So I'm feeling good.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, no, I see a lot of encouraging signs with this team, and I think that, Aaron Boone deserves a lot of credit here. I know he's been on the hot seat, and I know a lot of people, earlier in the year were saying they need to make a change. They need to change Aaron Boone out. They need to change Marcus Timms, and the hitting coach needs to go, and Matt Blake has been on the hot seat, too, under the spotlight. I feel like they've all been in the crosshairs at different points this year. But I think that Boone deserves a lot of credit for kind of having that steady hand and really believing that they were not going to play like that the entire year, that better days were to come. And, even when from the outside looking in, it didn't seem that way. I mean, there weren't a lot of reasons for optimism or confidence that things would change. I feel like it definitely it turned, and Aaron Judge said it best a couple days ago. He said, we always believed that things were going to turn in this clubhouse, even though not a lot of people outside of it thought that was going to happen.
Yeah, sure didn't. And a lot of changes have happened. Do you get, I want to, you do great reporting, Bryan. I want to ask you, I like getting the bias out of you. What, does Rugi Odor make you smile as much as he makes me, Big Baby David, and Jimmy smile?
You know what? It's so funny when he finds a way into everything. Like if there's a mound conference and he's coming out to that, and he'll call his own mound meeting. And I remember there were games where who was it? The right fielder got hurt. I'm blanking now, probably because I'm going on 2 hours sleep. But was it Trey Ambergy or maybe it was Tim LeCastro? I forget. But anyway, somebody crashed into the wall, and he went down. And then you see Odor out in the outfield, and it's like, how did he get out there so quickly? So no, it's been he has definitely been a underrated pickup for this team, and I didn't expect a whole lot out of him. How could you, when you're considering that they were paying the fare on it? The Rangers basically giving him away for free, and I was just very impressed with what he was able to do.
Well, yeah, we echo that times a million, plus some silly sunglasses and some big ears in some pictures, but
first and last person in every dugout celebration.
Everywhere. It's unreal.
Series there.
Bryan, we will let you go. Again, 5% jealous, 95% not at all. But thank you for calling. Thank you for going. And for those listening, follow at Bryan Hoch for updates from the road, for updates from the Field of Dreams game. What's the when does this end for you? Do you have a hotel room in Dyersville that your head will hit a pillow at like 11:30?
I will. My head will hit the pillow after the game tonight, and so bring as much coffee and Red Bull as you can.
All right. Well, thank you, Bryan. Thank you for going. I'm again excited for you in a weird way, but enjoy it, and thanks for spending some time with us.
You got it. Anytime.
See you, Hoch. And that was Bryan Hoch, gentleman extraordinaire. I know we do have a lot of Yankee fans in here who are familiar with Bryan. If you don't, he's awesome. He's been a supporter of what we've been doing from day one. He did what we're doing basically in the 90s. I believe this is true. And even if, worst case, this is 85% true, I believe Bryan Hoch owned Mets.com as a teenager. In like 1994, before the Mets had a website, Bryan Hoch had Mets.com. And then they hit him up and were like, hey.
Yeah, he was in like middle school or early high school.
I think we need that, yeah. And I think they exchanged like an internship for that, and now he's been a beat writer for a bunch of years. Wife, couple little girls, and he's the best. So if you're Yankees coverage, if you're looking for Field of Dreams coverage or a crazed man drinking bangs on the side of the road.
It sounds like he's still going to get there like the same time today as he probably was gonna. It's a night game.
That's again, I'm not lying about the 5% jealous. When you map it out.
Having the story is good.
It's just the only option to go. I can't believe he's doing the no sleep thing.
Yeah, pulled over for an hour. Like that's all the sleep he's gotten.
Like people saw me at the All-Star Festival this year. And I think I had 3 to 4 hours of sleep every night. And that's my minimum. Anything outside of that, I'm going to be in a tough place. But I guess, like he tweeted out before, he's got kids.
Yeah.
He's just used to being up, I guess. So
hopefully tonight it's a quicker game for him. He can be home by midnight.
God. If they have like a 4.5 hour fest tonight, it's disgusting.
Hopefully he can get like a midnight to 9, and then head.
Yeah,
they have the off day. He probably can sleep more than that. Late checkout. Get to Chicago later.
He'll be good.
Catch
off
up
day.
I forgot about the off day.
Yeah, Bryan Hoch will get some sleep. So maybe that's what he's running on. Maybe that's what he's got. Field of Dreams game tonight. I think a lot of eyes will be tuning in. Is it on Fox?
Fox tonight.
A-Rod, Poppy.
That's the what to watch tonight.
Burkhart. So that'll be a big thing.
A-Rod video.
A-Rod always
killing it.
A-Rod. Always killing it. And yeah, I'm just interested to see what the storyline that comes from it is. Is it 2 great teams? Is it a 6-homer game? Is it 1-0? Is it and that's that's out of MLB's control, but it's also not if the ball is flying.
I have to bring it back to A-Rod. I'm like 20 minutes into his episode of Jared and Poppy's thing. Because I saw A-Rod's in it, so what am I going to do, not watch? Right. And so far, I'm only about 20 minutes in. He's doing his best that he can to be normal.
Right.
But every time he's not talking, the smile he has on his face.
Okay.
When he's trying to actively listen to Poppy, and I can show you, that's the face he's making the whole time. And he's at that angle. It's really good.
Maybe find a good GIF of it and start replying to people.
I can get a good 20 seconds straight. It's really good.
Okay. I like that. Poppy. We'll do a little more baseball. There's not a ton.
Not like a headline.
Ton else going on outside of it. NBA Summer League's happening, which you're going to get excited about a couple guys on your team, but what it means on the national scale is almost nothing.
Yeah.
We're talking about a lot of...
Kevin Knox had the most legendary summer league I've ever seen.
Yeah. It didn't pan out this season. Football, I think this weekend we're getting an actual slate of...
It's fully the preseason now.
Preseason,
right?
but still the first preseason game, so not a lot of ones are going. Although I think the Patriots just said that Mac Jones and Cam Newton are going to play, so... There's something to grab from that, but guys, right now it's all baseball, and we'll give you some updated standing stuff, talking baseball, no G. The hell was that? Talking baseball. Boring. The AL East, the Tampa Bay Rays, 69 wins, nice. They are 4 games up on the Red Sox. Are they playing one more tonight, or was this a 2-game set? So they're playing one more tonight. They split the first 2. The Red Sox lost the first game in crushing fashion. I think they were up 4-2 in the 8th. Gave up 2, and then gave up 4 in the 9th to lose it.
Is that their follow-up to that Blue Jays loss, too?
So that was rock bottom. They won last night. At one point, I think they were up 20-1. The game finished 20-8.
Offense exploded.
I'll say this, and obviously, Yankees fan. It would be very Rays of them to win a 1-run game today And then if you're the Red Sox, you're like, we put up 20.
Yeah, it scored them.
Like, it's the most Rays ever. Follow-up from Bryan Hoch. LOL, as I was talking to you, an Indiana State Trooper pulled up alongside me and stared in my window, so I hope my answers made sense. So, yes.
Brutal.
I'll type LOLOL. Phenomenal. Oh, don't know how to spell phenomenal, apparently. It's a tough one. I had the PH.
PHENOMENAL.
Menmal. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yeah.
Tanner Houck versus Drew Rasmussen is the pitching matchup in that Rays Red Sox game tonight. Two guys you think of.
Tanner Houck and Drew Rasmussen. That's got to be a bullpen day for the Rays.
Yeah. Did the Mets' second game last night get straight? Like, did they start that? Is it another suspended thing?
I will check in with Los Mets. That is kind of the other story right now. So, Red Sox and Rays will play for AL East. Red Sox can cut it down to a 3-game lead today. Rays can really twist the knife and make it 5, and the Red Sox would still be struggling. But the Red Sox have the Orioles this weekend. So if the Red Sox win today, they're going to be back on track, and that's how quick baseball moves. The big story, the NL East, tied atop the NL East. The Phillies, 59-55. The Atlanta Braves are 59-55, and the New York Mets are 1 game back, 57-55. BBD, the Mets won a nice comeback win yesterday. They were down 7-5. They were down 6-something. They came back. They won a game they needed. Alonso was on it. I don't know if they started the other game. I don't think so.
It looks like they didn't, based on what the chat's telling me, and I trust them blindly.
Have to. So are they going to double dip today? Does anyone
another
know?
double dip today.
They are? Okay. So, against the Nationals, who suck ass right now, Stroman, another doubleheader game. Let Jimmy get his hands on that. And then Williams versus Fetty.
Trevor Williams' first Mets appearance start? Because they got him and immediately optioned him.
Interesting.
And we were like, oh, that because
right.
the Pirates, there's never a reason to, so he has all his options. That sucks for him.
So, Mets, if they win both games today, they would, in theory, be tied for the NL East lead. The NL East has gotten to a fun place. After these national games, the Mets start their journey, 13 games against the Giants and the Dodgers, 3 hosting LA, 3 at San Fran, 4 at LA, 3 hosting San Fran.
Looks like this will be Trevor Williams' first game as a Met.
First game as a Met, friend of the pod.
Friend.
People forget.
Well,
So he'll be great
Just a
today.
sweet guy.
He'll be great today. Cool cat. And the Mets are just going to be in survival mode, man. And if they can, which is going to be really tough, then it gets super easy again. Washington, Miami. Mets are in survival mode. For me, the Braves are the story. Everyone kind of knows the Phillies deal. They're the Phillies. Bryce Harper, Nola, Wheeler, and now Kyle Gibson. Girardi's there. Everyone was getting excited about Phillies mania. The Atlanta Braves, 8-10 in their last 10, winners of 3 in a row. Look at the run differentials in the NL East. Phillies, -16. Mets, -17. Marlins, -17. Nats, -40. Atlanta Braves are +68. Max Fried is back, who he's a friend, but also look at the numbers. He's one of the better
He was
young pitchers in the
top
league.
top 5 Cy Young guy last year. Like, he good.
Albies has gotten going. Freddie Freeman is in like MVP talk. Austin Riley's having a huge year. They now have this platoony outfield with Jock, Adam Duvall, Soler. The Braves are in the mix. Sandino, the great, always in the mix. So the NL East
Phillies just lost Hoskins.
Yeah, Reeser, who I think he was leading the team in homers and ribbies, which still means something. And by the way, the Braves won 2 games against the Reds, who these games mattered for the Reds, big time. And they came back, and it's kind of important stuff for them. Let's see the Braves schedule. Because everyone's been out on the Braves, somewhat rightfully so. So after Cincy, they have Washington, who eats bugs right now. They have Miami in Miami. Alcantara's dirty, but that's about it. Baltimore. Ooh, okay.
Then they're tough.
They have their stretch. New York, San Fran, L.A. But then after that, it's kind of clear sailing again. So
they survive that. There's one more Giants series late, and they kind of their last 3 series. San Diego, who'll be playing for something.
Yeah.
Philly, Mets to wrap up the season.
So that's it. The NL East will come down to the last week of the year.
It would be hard to imagine it doesn't.
Damn.
So the Mets, even if they pull off the series sweep today, they got that big series coming up, so they're not gonna. They're almost certainly not gonna get ahead of the rest.
Yeah.
Philly is incapable of breaking out.
Good news for the Padres with Cincinnati losing. They're 4.5 back of the wild card. They were 2 back the other day, right? Something like that. They were in tight.
Yeah.
Right now, the field is just not on the Padres, and as long as they continue to play .500 baseball, I don't think they will. They'd have to really fall off. The AL wild card is very fun. Oakland has the home field over Boston right now. They are game up on them. Boston is 2 games up on the New York Yankees. Boston is 2.5 up on the Toronto Blue Jays. The Mariners, it looks like, could be on their death march, 5.5 back. But if you're going to give the Reds partial credit for 4.5, man, if the Red Sox need to win today. Like, I know Baltimore's coming up, and they're going to win that series, if not sweep.
It would, not that a loss kills you, but it would do a lot for you to have today's win in the bag if you're Boston. Twins are all of a sudden only 15.5 out, and
I saw
one of my classic jokes.
I saw Twins Twitter was actually happy with the brand of baseball they're playing. Be funny if they end up around 500.
Yeah, I think JD's getting hot.
Good. Get hot, baby. So that's the baseball. My guy Corbin Burns dropped serious dick last night. He tied the MLB record for 10 straight Ks. Could be bro the night stuff. Who knows?
Never know.
We never know here. Let me see if there's any other standing notes. Oakland 2 games back of Houston. Good for them. They dropped to like 5 games back at some point. Oakland winners of 6 in a row. Starling Marte playing really well for them. That's cool.
Went from a luxury item to very much a necessity.
Yeah. The Giants are 4 up on the Dodgers, 8 on the Pods, 4-game win streak, 8-2 in their last 10. Giants are nuts, man. The Giants are nuts. BBD, let's start wrapping it up. We both have important things to run to today. But that won't stop us from doing the comment of the day. Bakers, I see you in the chat. Theo, Travis, Daniel, Sandino, always. You guys are the best, man. You guys are the best. We had a good Monday episode. The Mets and Red Sox were sad from the bad times. We're up to 361 subs. Thank you, everyone. That 4 will be here soon. Turns to 5, 10, a million. A million. Let's see what's going on in the comments here. Let's see. Bake the algorithm. Orange Pendulum. Bake that algo, baby. 4 likes. I like that. Fresh juice. I wonder what it would be like if Jake Snakes were one of the best teams in the MLB. Alternative reality fan fiction at its finest. Just wait. You know, I think we're getting the top pick this year. Oh, and then there's a lot of comments on the Olympics. I forgot how tough we were on the Olympics. And yeah, it's, you know, some shots fired at NBC. The sob story stuff. I wish I could take shots fired at the Olympics for the sob stories, but
That's kind of everybody's formula. And
I love drafts, and the
That's every
NFL and NBA draft now are, I mean, just emotional roller coasters.
particularly NFL. I didn't notice it with this year's NBA draft. Maybe it's a one-off. NFL, that's like every year.
BBD, I like this. Ludwig Pui says, Jake, hit me up if you come to Paris. Amazing time promised. So, sounds like we have a place to stay there. Like that. And then J-Rob Central, who's in there a lot, says, since the NFL preseason is in full swing, Thursday, August 12th, what is your early Super Bowl prediction? What do you got, BBD?
Bucks and Chiefs, because it's Tom Brady, the best team, and then we also just saw them. Those seem like the two teams that I just don't bet against until they lose.
I'm Chiefs as long as Mahomes is there.
Yeah.
What are the other options?
I know, you just blindly believe in Brady. I guess Rodgers is back with the Packers, so they're probably good.
Giants, Seahawks, Niners.
Hard to pick any of the NFC East teams, but anyone can go on a run. People like the Bills. They were fun last year.
But I mean, you can't pick the Bills over the Chiefs.
No.
Right?
Josh Allen got an extension.
We're running it back. Bucks, Chiefs, till something else jumps out to us.
Yeah. Until I see other teams.
Are the Seahawks good? New York Giants. Go check out Talking Giants. They had a fun day yesterday. Thank you guys for baking the algorithm. Leave a comment. Click like. Leave it on replay behind your office desk. Tell a friend to watch it. It all helps. You guys are the best. Bro of the night, I'm going to do a quick one, and he's already making the circles on the internet. But I am going to J.R. Smith. Really fun. I believe he's going to get his degree at NC A&T, North Carolina A&T, and one of the early when going pro from high school was kind of a big deal. J.R. Smith was that guy. He was committed to North Carolina, and then I think he won the dunk and three-point contest for McDonald's All-American. And he went pro. Anyways, we all know J.R. Smith today for a couple different reasons, whether it's celebrating the Cavaliers championship, whether it's LeBron yelling at him, whether it's a meme, whether it's balling out with those old Nuggets teams or Knicks teams or whatever.
Sixth man of the year.
He's going back to school, and he's trying
the Lakers.
He's looking in with the NCAA to check his eligibility, which I don't know much.
I think my understanding is he should have it because he never played, and I think the rule is you have 5 years to complete 4 years of eligibility.
So I don't know. I hope he's playing. That would make NCAA golf a must-watch. And imagine if he was your teammate and getting dinners and stuff. That'd be really cool.
If you're a sophomore there now, or gonna be when he's there, that's cool. So he genuinely came there.
Right.
And then he hopped in.
Now he's with you. Unless
you'll be able to talk about the before times.
I hope that becomes a thing. I
know he's nasty at golf. He's really
well.
good.
That's the thing.
Because he has unlimited money and
I just hope
NBA teams haven't signed him, so he's had time.
If rich guys end up ruining college golf, that'd be hilarious. It'd be really funny.
Rich guys who didn't go to college, so they have
just take a 1-credit class, play golf.
Rich, you take whatever the minimum credit load is you got to do, and you just hire some nerd to do it.
Phenomenal. BBD, do you have bro of the night?
Yes. I'm giving my bro of the night to Cody Bellinger. it started getting really hot in the streets, particularly the episode you weren't here. I think when Rose was on talking baseball with me and Jimmer, we were talking about. I think that's when it came up that just how bad he's been for like 2 full years. Bellinger's hot. From July 31st to now, he's on a 7-8 game hitting streak. Including one game he didn't start. He pinch hit in the 7th inning, got a hit, and he's batting in that period of 8 games, 4 homers with a .333 batting average, a 1.175 OPS, couple doubles, homer, 7 ribbies. He's getting hot.
And I'm sorry,
They moved him down in the lineup.
I got distracted by one thing, but I don't know. So you might have started with it. He had a crazy at bat, that 13 pitch.
Mm-hmm. I didn't mention that, but
13 pitch at bat, hit the home run. Yeah, Trev was on it. That was his guy, and that would change the Dodgers' outlook if he plays like MVP Bellinger instead of a bad player.
He was like weirdly bad. Like it's not like we have a lot of guys. You know, Stanton gets shit on a lot, strikeouts, whatever, for not being like MVP level. It's like, but like, look at the numbers; they're objectively good.
Right.
Bellinger hasn't been that. Last year, fake season. This year, he's been hurt a lot.
It's been a minute. BBD, if you got the passing button, I got
Passing.
distracted by something in the chat. Chris Davis has announced his retirement. Orioles, Chris Davis. 7-year, $161 million contract.
Wow.
I mean, I think that he's giving up the $17 million he would make next year, kind of no matter what.
He only had 1 year left.
Last year would have been the last year. I guess kind of good for him. And again, everyone look in the mirror. And man, you know, Chris Davis got a lot of shit from Orioles fans, from non-Orioles fans. And I don't know. At the end of the day, would you be willing to give up $17 million just to like be nice to an organization? I think he's given back a ton to charity. I think Chris Davis has
He's done a lot of charity stuff.
He's done a ton of charity stuff, like in that area too. They made a record donation, $3 million to the University of Maryland Children's Hospital. So, hey, Tom Ace in the chat said, "Is it the worst contract ever?" It's probably up there with a couple.
Probably. I don't remember which year it started, but I think all the years are when it fell off. But
it fell off quick.
That 5-6 year peak he did have.
Right.
Just about as good as anybody. I mean, I included 2 years at OPS plus was below league average still. And he had a 125 OPS plus over that period. He averaged 42 homers per 162 games.
Not bad. It's not bad. So, hey,
respectable batting average numbers if that's what you're into.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to get remembered for the last 3 horrible seasons. When he had a really nice career.
A nice long career. He got a little bit Mark Teixeira. I mean, a lot of those peak years were before shifts were shifts.
The fastball ticked up. He
possession,
kind of didn't adjust, and
at bat.
And also, guys get older, and the game gets tougher. So, I don't know. I get it, but you know, at the end of the day,
by all indications, he was like one of the all like good guys. It's like, yeah, didn't age well contractually.
Did you give up $17 million? Did you give $3 million to a children's hospital? So I don't know. Remember him as a slugger that fell off quick, but was a good dude, as far as we know.
Good dude. And unfortunately, you never know. We've gotten burned a bunch.
In there, yeah.
Pretty durable.
Durable.
His year by year games played. Yeah, a lot of first base DH, but
good.
Accessibility, availability, all that.
Oh, for 54 streak, yeah. All right, guys, we got to wrap it up. We got to run. I think Dad's twirling the old Paylot today. Future back alley at bats. Thank you guys. Thank you to Bryan Hoch again. Maybe tweet at him and say thank you. Enjoy the road. Maybe tell him your favorite road trip snack. He's road tripping.
Might be more on road trip snacks.
Whoa. Check out everything on the John Boy Media Network. Talking Nets, Compound, Mansplain Baseball, Chris Rose Rotation, Brock Holt on today. JJR yesterday with Bobby Skinner of Talking Giants. They got stuff coming out every day. Talking baseball tomorrow and yesterday. And Talking Yanks. Yanks are doing fun stuff. Watch the Field of Dreams. We'll all have fun on the interstate later.
New Mets show.
New Mets show. Shea Station. Undefeated.
Guessing another one tomorrow.